Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I would love to talk about misjudging a person. Sometimes in life people misjudge us or misjudge you, or they will look at you in a different way. They will misjudge you. It's called judging a book by its cover before you truly open up the book and start to read. I want to share a little thing I went through. I was at a job and working this little job, just to do it, not to be bored. And the people basically misjudged me. I never gave them no type of way or any type of feeling to say I wouldn't ever come in, or no call, no show or anything. Always been dedicated to anything that I put my mind to, I would do it. Well, they called in someone else to come on my shift because I guess I didn't respond to the Facebook message. First of all, I'm not friends with them, so why would I respond? I don't even see your messages when you're sending me messages, because you're not my friends on my Facebook page, so I wouldn't be able to know what you're sending me. And I have all notifications off of my phone. So to make a long story short, they laid up there and misjudged me. God allowed they same kind to come back and tell me. She said, "Oh, they called me in to come to work for you. They said that they didn't think you were coming in." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "I haven't ever given them a reason to think or wonder why I wouldn't come in on a shift when I am scheduled to work." So the same person that they had to come in for me thinking that I was going to do them wrong and quit on them or whatever, the same person did it to them. She quit on them, no call, no show. And it's funny to me because you misjudge me. You don't know nothing about me, but you misjudge me because of sometimes how people are out of their outside appearance look. You don't judge a book by its cover. You wait till you get in the inside and you judge the person's heart. You were so busy to judge me and not knowing who I am, and that your own kind did you bad, and the laugh is upon you. So I thought that was hilarious that they went through that experience and God allowed me to witness it, and I laughed at them, and I thought it was real funny, and I still think it's funny because I feel you get what you deserve when you misjudge a person because you don't know me. And I know one thing: I will never trust you because you showed me that you're not on my side. You showed me you're betrayers. But to get back to what we are originally talking about, I just wanted to share that with you. It's misjudging a person. Be careful how y'all judge people or how you judge somebody around you. Just because they may seem one way or look one way doesn't mean that they're going to do what you're thinking they're going to do. Some people are predictable and some people are unpredictable. So you can't just judge a person and not know nothing about them. You must get to know a person, read, search out the book, the story, the heart about them. Then you're able to see and tell if this person is misleading, or is this person is someone that you can't trust, or someone that wouldn't do what you would need them to do. That's how you do before you judge someone. You don't just judge someone without knowing what they're going to do, because the one that you think that may do you good is the one that's probably going to do you bad. Like the situation I told you at this place, how she did them bad because they misjudged me. Because of them misjudging me, it made me feel good because I know who I am. And I know I'm an awesome, great person. And I know when I do leave that place, because I'm going to soon leave it. When I do leave it, I'm going to make sure I'm honest, and I'm going to let you know I'm leaving, because one thing about me, I've always been an honest, dedicated person, whatever I do. But since you misjudged me, you didn't know that about me, so the shame is upon you. I can care less how you feel about me, because I'm going to always be me. Everything will always work out for me. I'm an awesome person. Hope you believe the same thing about yourself. I know I would not ever misjudge a person or go around just judging people, because I know first thing, when you judge somebody and you point the finger at someone, you got three pointing back at you. So remember, when you pointing, you got three coming back your way. So make sure you judge that person right accordingly to what is right or what they are showing you. If a person is not giving you no reasons or no signs to show you that they are this type, you shouldn't judge them or think of what you want to put into the equation, or what you think or who you think they are, because you're definitely misjudging them. I love it when people misjudge other people, be characters, because it always be the ones that you misjudge is the ones that always turn out to be the great ones that had no intentions on doing anything bad but to help you. And the ones that you think it's absolutely on your side because they're very good at acting and faking and pretending. So they know how to act real good to show you that they this and they that and they're on your side. And that be's the ones that give you a finger, right? And you know where it goes. They'll be the ones that kick you in the butt. So be careful how you judge people and what you think about somebody else, because nobody have room to judge anyone. Misjudging somebody is not right. You don't have no right to judge anybody, because you're not a judger. You're not someone to say what's going on in someone's life or to misjudge them by your expression or what you think they are. That was your opinion. That doesn't identify who they are or tells who that person is. You chose to judge that person. So by you judging that person, you put out a different character of the way that person really is, because you were too busy misjudging them and trying to come up with a character to match the face of who they are. You can't match nothing to who or how a person look. You only can match it by what they show you. Their personality and their character will show you who they are in due time, because they can't hide who they are. It's going to come out and you will manifest yourself to any individual you're around. No matter how long, how hard you're trying to pretend, you're definitely going to mess up down the line. You're definitely going to do something to where they're going to figure you totally out and completely. So make sure that you putting in a great expression, a great impression on someone else, that they know the signs to pick up upon you and know what they're looking for before they misjudge you or start judging someone. Because a lot of time people get misjudged in life, get mislead by you thinking of the outer appearance and not searching within that person to get to know that person, to know who they are. When you get to know someone and you search to see who they are, you have a better way of describing them. You have a better way of learning them, because you did your research and you took your time. You didn't rush anything. You took your honestly time to get to know that person and not just judging or misjudging them by one word they may have said, or one face expression maybe they made, or one activity or character maybe they did or performed in the front of you that you didn't think was right. That's misjudging someone, because you have no right to tell who that person is or how their life is going to become. You have no rights to predict nobody's future, because you don't know nobody's future, presence, or past unless that person tells you about their past. You cannot predict anything for anyone. You are only to predict for your future and your own self, because where I come from, it was called being yourself and minding your own business. And if you don't have nothing good to talk about somebody or judge or say about somebody, you shouldn't say nothing at all about them, because you are no better than them and you're no greater. So make sure you know what you are doing before you do it. Make sure you know what you are doing before you do it. Make sure that you are doing what is right. You are doing what is right. Make sure that you are absolutely sharing great things to people. You are showing who you are. You're giving a person time to get to know you and to know who you actually are. So at the end of the day, make sure you know what you're doing. at the end of the day, we have to always know what we're doing before we do anything. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't say nothing about that person or anyone at all. Talk about yourself or misjudge yourself before you jump in the equation and misleading and talking about somebody else, because it doesn't give you the right to do that, and you're not perfect. So make sure you know who you are completely before you jump in judging somebody else, because it doesn't look too good on your side, because you got three fingers pointing back at you while you're study pointing at somebody else. So I always tell people, make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. Lots of time people jump into things without knowing what they're getting themselves into, or not knowing what you're doing. So make sure you're doing what you are supposed to do. Make sure if you're going to judge somebody, you are judging them accordingly, right, to what you see and they know. Then it's okay to speak your opinion, but make sure you know what you're saying before you just go around misjudging people, thinking things about them, saying things that's untruthful and that's not right. Because at the end of the day, you will cause lots of enemies that towards you will pull, because people are going to look at you as just a judger and always talking about somebody and trying to put them down, instead of being an encourager and someone that lifts up other people's spirit. If you can't lift up a person's spirit or say anything good or talk good about them, you don't have nothing to say about that person. You shouldn't say nothing at all, because a person don't need you to tell them what they're doing wrong or what they're not doing. They already know what they're doing wrong and what they're not doing. They don't need you to tell them that. They just need you to be there for them on their side and encourage them to become great people, so you don't misjudge them or misjudge their character by their outer appearance. Because a lot of people judge people by the outer appearance. Your outer appearance doesn't show or doesn't tell who you are. It's just your outer appearance, your outer beauty, of how you look. Some people look very mean and grouchy and angry, and that's just their face expression. That's not who they are. They turn out to be the most bubbly, happiest, nicest people that you ever meet. And some people look happy, look normal, and they'll turn out to be the most evilest people that you'll ever think. It's because you're judging them by their outer looks or their outer facial expression or expression. You don't judge a person how they look on the outside. It's within the inside. Open up the book, fully read the book. Once you get the book read, then you are to determine how the story is, who wrote the story and how to comprehend it, and who was the main person in the story. But you can't just predict that by looking at the cover or reading in the back of it. You have to actually take the time and read the whole book. Once you read the whole book, then you're able to justify and say what your opinion is or what you know the book was about. So until you open up a book, stop judging people. Stop misjudging somebody of what you think or what's in your mind. Because what you may think may not be right. What you may think may not be who that person is. What you may see of the outer appearance may not be who that person really is. You may be caught that person on a bad day. Or you may be caught that person going through things, and some people wear their feelings on their sleeves to where they can't hold back how they feel it. Yes, some of them may walk with the head down or feeling sad and down. That's people that wear their feelings on their shoulders. So you'll have no right to judge nobody and say what you think, because they're going through something. They can be to turn out to be one of the greatest, wonderful people on the earth. But you wouldn't know that because you were too busy misjudging them on how their outer appearance looked. They had a frown on their face. They looked sad. They looked down. So you were automatically judging them, oh, that's a no-good person. That's an evil person. I don't want that person around me, and not knowing that person can only be going through something. It's why they're the way that they are. So make sure you know what you're doing physically and emotionally before you just open your mouth and start talking about someone and start judging, or you're You're misleading about that person to other people. You're misleading them, saying things what you think, and you don't even know if that's absolutely true. Make sure you know what you're doing before you just do it. Because if you don't know, you'll get yourself caught up in things that you'll regret and you won't understand because you didn't take the time to research and open the book and read it before you judge. You were too busy believing that you were right and you knew you was going to hit it right. So you went automatically and started misjudging the people and saying things about them. You need to know for sure about someone before you just open your mouth and determine what you want to make out of that person, what you think that person is, or who you think that person are. You have no right to do that. You need to put a stop to yourself. You need to put a stop to judging other people and worry about getting yourself together. Make sure everything in your life is right before you can judge. Because if your life is not right, you're not going to be able to say anything about that person. So make sure you know everything in your life. If somebody was to come and look at your life, make sure everything was perfect and awesome in your life before you open your mouth to misjudge and say, oh, this person is this or that person is that or they do this or they do that. Know your facts. People go off of facts, and truthness is what make the world go round. It's by you going off of facts, by you going off of things that you believe. You have to know these things. These are facts. So you need to know facts about someone before you just up and say what you don't know or may not even understand what they're going through, but you were too busy worrying about them that you got sidetracked and you couldn't worry about your own self or your own personal business or things that's going on around you. Make sure you're reading a book before you open it up and start judging people by just talking and saying who you think they are or what they may be. Open up the book. Really do your research. Really read every bit of someone before you misjudge them. And it's going to take a long time because you're not going to just figure out a person right away. So you need to know what you're doing before you're able to just do these things. You need to know these things, what you are doing. You need to research all the great things that you want to do and that you know if you feel somebody else would be great at. Instead of judging them, bring that opinion or that option to them and see what they say. See what they think about it. Instead of just automatically accusing or thinking a person is this or that, that's judging. That's misunderstanding somebody. And you totally don't know who they are. Make sure that we get these things right, because all over the world, there are people that misjudge other people by their characters and how they may look or how they may present themselves. You're judging them on jobs everywhere in the world. Anywhere you're judging, you don't have the right to do that. Judge yourself first. And then you have room to open up once you figure out and know everything about yourself. Then it seems like you'll have more room to figure out what's your next move or what's the next thing you can say about a person. Make sure you got your life totally together. I always been a person that I didn't ever believe in misjudging someone, talking about someone, or putting that person down. I have always been a person that built up people, say great things to people when they down, cry when they cry, happy when they happy, sad when they sad. I do everything with the person, go through the moaning process, everything with them. But I will not dare judge a person and talk about them behind their backs or anything, because I'm a grown up. I can say whatever I need to tell to someone to them. And we sort the situation out instead of going and misjudging them or telling other people. That's not my motive, to sit there and tell other people about your problems or what I think. My job is to motivate you and always encourage people and to speak great things in your life, not to speak bad things or hindrance by you talking about someone or putting somebody down. You're being a hindrance to them, talking about them, putting their spirit down instead of being uplifting. If you can't uplift a person, you shouldn't be around them at all. You shouldn't be in their life because people are looking for uplifters, not people that are study being negative and staying down. If you can't be positive, then it's no way you should be around anyone else because negative will turn into judging someone, misleading about someone, being dishonest, and it turns into all type of different things. I can go on and on and on about talking about that it turns into. Always try to be as positive as you can. A positive spirit leads to greatness. It doesn't matter how you feel, how your day is going, what's going on. Stay positive. You stay positive, person judge you, they can only judge you on your positive of which you are. They can only judge you on the greatness, and you're going to have people that's going to judge you and try to bring you down regardless if you're doing good because you're going to always have your haters. Everywhere you go, somebody going to be envy and jealous and hating on you because you decided to do something a little different or a little better than what they done it, or maybe what they would have done, or you just done it and they didn't have no way of doing it. They didn't even care of doing it, but you did it. So people always remember, you're going to have your jealousy and your envy and your people that are haters. That's all over the world. You're going to have it within your race and outside of your race because people are going to always hate you and be jealous of you for no reason. And half of the time, most of them won't even know you. They're only judging you by something somebody else told them or what they seen of your expression maybe one day or what they was around. They only judging you by what somebody told them or what they seen or what they think, because a lot of people do that. They think things and then misjudge somebody. They see things and then misjudge somebody. You know, a lot of people do that. And if the world would focus on doing the right things and not judging and not worrying about all these evil things to do against people, the world would have been a lot better. We'd have less of murderers, less of jealousy, less of envy, less of people hurting other people in spite of jealousy, maybe because of their wealth is a little bit more. Maybe their bank account is bigger, maybe their home is bigger, maybe their cars are more luxury than yours. That has nothing to do with what they done or did to get their finance and their money up. You should have worked twice as hard as they did to get the luxury house or whatever you may have wanted. It's not a reason to judge somebody or to be jealous of because their house may be bigger than yours, or they may have more money, or their ride is more luxury or more bigger or nicer. That doesn't define who a person is by their home, by their money, by their cars, by their clothes they wear. That don't define who you are, because I can walk up all day and drive a Lexus and wear the nice finer clothes and put on a show in the front of you. That doesn't determine who I am. I can be just acting and pretending and just doing that to make myself seem more or to make myself believe that I am more than somebody else. Because people do that. They like to be on a high pedestal of other people to make themselves feel better or greater of who they are by trying to put somebody else down, by being envy and judging them and being jealousy and all these things. They'll do that because they are not happy within themselves. Those are miserable people that are unhappy with themselves and know their life. Know their life is a piece of crap or a piece of basically nothing they doing. So whatever they do, they're going to make sure that they hurt you or try to mess up your life or your reputation or try to mess up things for you so you can't get to where they trying to go. They trying to get there before you. It's no competition. It's no competing with anyone. It's enough blessings, enough money, enough everything out there for everyone. to get as much as you want. So you're not competing, you're not battering one anyone, you're only being yourself in this world and trying to become the great person that you want to be and the things that you want to do. And judging somebody is not going to make you a great person or become who you're trying to be by misjudging or judging someone. Because all it's going to put out is that you are someone that always have opinion or judging or talking about someone, something you may not like that that person do. Find out the things that you don't like about yourself and change that around you. And once you can change yourself, you will be able to change the other people around you by them seeing you are not judging other people or misleading other people. They will be more officially and more happy in knowing that they can feel free to be who they are. Some people are afraid to be who they are in front of you because they know you're so judgmental and you're going to put them down. You're going to be jealous or envious. We don't have a right to be envious or jealous of anyone. A person should feel free and happy to express how they feel or to express things they're going through without somebody having to judge them or to talk about them. Nobody should have to go through that because everybody go through things and everybody sometimes need a shoulder to cry on or someone just to listen and talk to. And if you always talking about people and misjudging them, nobody gonna feel safe to go to you. And you never know what that person can be going through. That person can be going through a crisis where they don't want to live or want to take their life. And by you being understandable and an encourager and telling good things, instead of being a judger, you could have stopped and prevent them from hurting themselves because they were too scared to come talk to you because they knew you would spread their business in the streets. You're going to judge them and talk about them instead of try to lift them up and say, hey, I got a better way, a better solution. I love you. I'm here for you. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I got your back. Why not lift up each other and be down for each other instead of judging each other all the time or every second we get? People judge people for little things that are petty. It means nothing. You'll judge a person by their weight. You'll judge them how they eat. You judge them how they walk. You judge them how they talk. You judge them what they wearing, what they doing. That's not a reason to judge people. We shouldn't be going around hurting and judging other people without getting ourselves together and knowing what's best for us. Instead of worrying about judging other people and putting people down, come up with a way to uplift them and make them feel good, even when they're not feeling so happy on that day. Tell them something great. Tell them something that happy that makes them feel great about themselves by you lifting them up and making them feel special and happy. Stop the judging. Stop judging people. Stop misjudging. Because you never know. You may be judging that person on something and it may be you that you're talking about, your own self. So make sure you know what you're doing. I ask everybody after all my videos that you like, you share, you comment, you subscribe. Don't be ashamed to leave comments. Share with other people. We're making these videos out to encourage everyone that may need some encouragement. If they're not for you, I understand. Move around. It's not for you. But the ones that you think that would like to hear these videos, these positive, uplifting videos, share it with someone. You never know what somebody going through, and you never know how you can make a difference and maybe change their day by sharing a video and showing love and letting them know you're here and letting them know whenever you get time, just listen to the video if you get time. I'm not asking for much. Just take a little bit out of your time, 30 minutes out of your time. Listen to the videos. And I hope that it be a blessing to you as it is a blessing to me. And I'm hoping I can stay encouraged and stay doing these awesome videos for you guys and to keep y'all uplifted and to make sure that we all sticking together and staying positive and no judging. Until next time, everyone, be safe. I love you and I thank everyone for participating and everything that I'm trying to do. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend, everyone.